Hi everyone, welcome to The Way. This week on The Way, I'm going to step away from our passages that we've been covering week by week. But I thought I'd do a few weeks just looking at some really big questions that there's some people sometimes ask, and see if the Bible's got anything to say on it. The first question that I was asked was about why do people die? And that's a really big question, and one that touches everyone, because everyone's in that position, aren't they? That people are weak, we're mortal, and death is sort of around us. But I think a bigger question, and one that is probably worth looking more into, is why does people dying make us sad? It's a really strange one. People die all the time, and we never really get used to it. It's never something which we can sort of shrug off and just sort of get over, because it's deeply personal, and it cuts us right to the core. When anything dies, really. I mean, even pets, we can't, I find that really difficult to deal with. But yeah, why does people dying make us sad? And I think the Bible's got a lot to say about this. And one particular thing stands out. The Bible seems to suggest that we feel sad when people die because we were never meant to die in the first place. We were meant to live forever. That's how humans were made. That's what we're told in the Bible, is that we were made, and we were made to live forever. So when Adam and Eve were created, God made them, and there wasn't anything such as death in the world at all. Death didn't exist. It wasn't something on their radar. But then all of a sudden, the world got broken, and we call this a result of sin. And death comes into the world because of our broken relationship with God. And when death comes into the world, we can still feel it now. We feel like death doesn't belong here. Anytime death kind of touches us, our families, our friends, people around us, we feel like death is an intruder, right? Like, why does this happen to me? Why did they die? Why is this happening? This isn't right. That's the main thing that kind of goes on in our hearts, isn't it? This isn't right. And you're absolutely right. Dying is not right. Dying is the canary in the mine. It's the light that shines on the big problem. It shows us that this world is broken. It shows us that we are not what we were made to be. Because we all know it. Death is wrong. It doesn't belong here. And that's why we get sad. Because we know the world isn't right. But the Bible says that isn't the end. Okay, so we've been made with this blueprint in us. It says in the Bible, God has put eternity on their hearts. That's what we feel when people die. We want people to live forever. Can we just help them live forever? We have stories about finding the Holy Grail, about finding the elixir of life. We have stories about this. We're desperate to find how we can live forever, because that's how we were made. He's put eternity on our hearts. And Jesus says, if you come to me, you will live with me forever. I am here to give you life. We're told in the Bible that Jesus dies so that we can have life. We're told in the Bible that God is coming back to fix this world, that we will live with him forever. death won't be a thing anymore. It will be something we kind of remember as something awful that happened in ages behind us, but it won't be a present kind of worry because it won't exist. God's going to fix it. That's what the Bible says. And because the Bible says that that God is going to make his people live with him forever, some Christians will say then there's no reason to be sad when someone dies, and I find that really hard because I don't think it's true. Jesus says that there's a time for mourning. There's a time for being sad. There absolutely is. Jesus himself, when a friend of his died, he cried out loud. Jesus, the maker of the universe, cried because someone died. A friend of his died. It's okay to be sad when someone dies because it's awful and it's not right. But I think what these people might be trying to say is that as Christians we can look out at the world and we can see that death is happening, and death does not belong here, and death absolutely deserves to be cried about, because it's the biggest thing that has come into this world as a result of this world being broken. But what the Bible says is that when God comes back, when Jesus comes back to fix everything, it says in Revelation, "Behold, I am making everything new." Literally, that means I am renewing everything. I am fixing everything. Everything that's broken will be fixed again. There will be no more suffering, no more tears, no more illness, no more sadness, no more death. Jesus is coming back to fix everything. So when we are sad because someone dies, we need to remember, yes, this is incredibly sad now. And yeah, cry, do whatever you need to do. But we can look forward to the time where Jesus has promised us that he is not going to leave the world a broken place. Death is only here temporarily, but it's going to be driven out. It doesn't belong here. So, yes, we're really sad about death. We're sad about sin. We're sad about the world being broken. We're sad about our relationship with God being broken. But all that's going to be fixed one day, and we can look past these times of loss and grief, and we can thank God that they won't exist anymore. Not in his kingdom.